Hi everyone, thank you for joining me today. I am Natasha of Black Creations and I am sharing with you a tone on tone background spring card that I created. This card features the February Fancy Dies of the month, which created beautiful florals. And it sold out so fast, so I know it was a favorite. If you were lucky enough to get your hands on it, I hope this video provides you with some inspiration. If you have some floral dies laying around, you may be able to apply these same techniques to things that you already have in your stash. My card will feature the hyacinth and the greenery, so I die cut the leaves numerous times out of Pesto, and then I also use the Canary and Amethyst cardstocks and die cut those multiple times to layer up to create full hyacinth buds. I am using 4 of the larger die cuts and 2 of the smaller ones in that Canary because I'm only creating 2 of those buds. When I go to add them to my inking palette, I place 2 right side up and 2 with the back facing up, just so when they layer, they aren't the same shape being stacked on one another. I wanted there to be some variation. And to further that variation, I go in with Naples yellow and lemon drop to add some shading. For the amethyst hyacinth colored buds, hopefully this isn't too confusing, I am doing 3 of those. So I die cut out 6 of that larger shape and I die cut 3 of the smaller shape. And I am using multiple inks for that. Those inks are the African Violet Reactive Glitz ink. I also use Purple Galaxy and Grape Slush. And I am just kind of dotting the color onto these flowers just so the original amethyst still peeks through as well. I don't want it to be all one of those ink colors. I want there to be variation as there is with flowers naturally. I also want to mention that although you don't see me inking those skinnier pieces that go with these hyacinth, I do add some ink to those as well for both of these colors. Moving on to my leaves, I just lay out those pesto leaves and I die cut a lot of them. And I am going to ink those up with Byzantine green and pine to add a subtle bit of shading. Again, I don't want the inking to overtake the actual color of the cardstock. Pesto is actually one of my favorites, so I want that to be present on my card as is. Once all of my ink blending and shading is complete, it is time to assemble these. And again, I inked on half of the front of these die cuts, and then the other half of what I die cut out, I inked on the back. So when I layer these up, there is a bit of a natural offset, and I don't have to worry about the layers automatically aligning. I want this to be dimensional, which is why I'm putting the darker shaded pieces on the back. And then I have the lighter shaded piece on the front. And then I pop in the skinny piece just to fill in more of those gaps. And I do go back over each of these flowers with a little more ink where necessary once I have them glued and assembled. So I'm going to do this for the yellow hyacinth or canary hyacinth as well as the amethyst color hyacinth. Once those are complete, I grab some stems and I'm making sure that the stems that I grab, they lean in different directions. So I have that movement on my card once they are placed. I don't want all of my stems to be straight. So you can see those yellow ones, they kind of go in opposite directions. They bend in the opposite direction. And then for the amethyst colored ones, I just switch it up. A couple are straight, but I know I'm going to be stacking these a bit and overlapping, so I'm okay with that. Now it is time to do a little bit more die cutting for the background, and this is tone on tone using the Eggplant cardstock from Hero Arts. It is a deep, deep purple, which I love, and it will provide perfect contrast for this. I die cut one of my A2 panels out using the Parquet cover die. I love this. This is like a staple in my stash. I reach for it often to create some dimension in the background. I have quite a few projects that feature this die. It is definitely a favorite. But yes, so I die cut that out, and then I'm just going to adhere that onto another A2 size panel of eggplant. Once that is complete, I begin to assemble the card. I am going to use some foam squares to pop up these hyacinth as I arrange them. Again, I am being sure to overlap the hyacinth and create dimension. Once I have my card pretty much how I'd like, I grab the clear stamp and die set from February as well, and I'm stamping that sending well wishes sentiment onto more of the eggplant cardstock. Again, I want a full tone on tone background and sentiment look with this. Once I have the sentiment heat embossed with white embossing powder, I pop that up using more foam, and this is what my completed card is looking like. You can see all of the dimension that the slight shading created, but I love this look. Tell me what you think down in the comments below. Thank you so much for joining me today. Be sure to like, subscribe, and comment if you are enjoying my content. Thank you so much for joining me, and have a great day.